Record and
It is the 26th of May, Rabbi Furst Pierke Avos.
thank you, Lewis mentioned mentions Rabbi Shlomo first here. She did someone up to you, Shalom care of Zoom. This is our first year Pirkei Avos. We're learning the sixth parak, the fourth brisa. We're learning the Maral Miprag at this point. We're on the document as you see in front of you and on your screen. Where the paragraph starting Vizesh Amar, right? We're talking about the mimer in the Mishnah that says, Altis Ave l'shulchan shel malachim sheshulchanacha gedolah mishulchanam. You shall not have any desire for the shulchan of kings, because your shulchan is greater than the shulchan of kings. Okay, so as we're trying to hopefully discover exactly what the symbolic representation of the word shulchan is supposed to tell us about, but in short, it's most likely dealing with the various different pleasures that are available to kings and such, and so you shouldn't have any desire for those things, because what you have with the rewards and the pleasure that a person who's learning Torah is going to be much more than the kings can ever possible imagine to have. So with that, let's see what the Maharal has to teach us further. We're in the paragraph beginning with the two words Vizesh Amor. Any volunteers to read?
I do.
Okay, you can start if you like. Please go ahead.
Vizet Shamar Va'al Tis Ova Tis Uva
Tis Ava.
Tis
Altis Ave.
Lish Lachanas Lish Lachnas
L'shulchan shel malachim. Altis Ave l'shulchan nom shel malachim.
L'Shulchanam Shel Malachim Shalo Yis Lis Uva Leosher Shel Malachim. So this is what is said. Do not desire.
Yes, do not desire.
Do not desire the tables of kings. That you should not desire the wealth of kings. Ki ikar ha malchus hu v'osher ulechein amru shulchan shel milachim v'kamo she'amru zal b'mischas Baba Basra. Because the main thing of kings, of kingship, is wealth. And so they say the table of kings, and it's like that Chazal say, it's like what Chazal say in Maseches Bava Basra. Harotzeh le ha'ashir yitzfon v'si manach shelechen bitzafon hine Hashulchan hu siman osher shehamelech yesh lo arim irim u medinos v'kesef v'zahav. Let's see, Harot said that the desire for wealth, I don't know what Yeats' phone is.
It's a phone. Um he should have a uh, an aspiration, right? It's phone. He should have an aspiration, right? V'simonecha shochan v'tzafon. And the and actually it's I'm sorry. This is a mimer which is telling you when you're directing your thoughts during Shmona Esrei, and if a person is interested in praying for wealth, right? For wealth, he should direct his his body, his head, towards the north. Um, I'll show you. There's actually a Shulchan Aruch. Maybe we'll I'll locate it for you for a moment. It might be worthwhile um, to show you the Mishnah Brewer says about this. Um,
Yeats' phone is
uh,
north.
it's a phone, right? So phone is the north, right? One second, we'll find this for you. Yud, 30. Okay. Um, yeah, right. If you want, if you have a um Shulchan Mr. Brewer Chelik Aleph. Let's see, Mr. Brewer Chelik Aleph. Let's get it. Yeah. In Siman Sadi Dalid.
I can't get that right now.
I'll see. I don't know if I can get to that. Um, maybe. I might be able to get to it on screen here. Let's see here. Um, Okay. So, I could see about it. It's worth. And the Shulchan Aruch mentions there in Orach Chaim Tzadid Daled Sif Beis Harotzel Ashir Yitzafon Chochma Yidron. Person wants to get rich, he should safon, he should be north. And the Chochmim, if he wants wisdom, he should Yidrom, he should be south. Kol Makom Yitztadud Panav Lemizrach. Nevertheless, his face should always be towards the Mizrach, in the east. So this is a halacha. Mr. Brewer says as follows: Yitzad Panav Perish Rashi Perish Ikva Hamid ben Mizrach Yitzad Panav Ladoram. All Litzafim. Person should stand towards the east. Person should, when he's davening Shmon Esrei, he should be standing towards the east, right? And he should be facing either to the south if he wants Chachma, or to the north if he wants wisdom, riches, wealth. Became minhagenu, and so is the minhag of Nachum. It's proper. Kadesh lo yechelik midoso ben etzibor. Okay, so that's something else. Okay, so that's that's what's brought down in Shulchan Aruch, based on this Gemara, which is being quoted to us now, that the way that a person is going to align himself, and those coordinates are going to be instrumental in determining his wealth or his wisdom, right? According to the Gemara. So that's what it says over here. Let's read that again. Okay, so again, this is based on the Gemara in Baba Basra. Go ahead, Louise. A person should, if he wants to become wealthy, yitzvon, he should be north, right? How do you remember this? How do you remember that if a person wants to get rich in his Shmon Esrei, he should direct himself towards the north? Because the simon to remember that is shulchan b'tzafon. The shulchan is in the north, meaning in the Beis Hamikdash, in the Mishkan. The shulchan was situated in the Heichel in the northern region. So therefore, that was, and the shulchan is a symbolic manifestation of wealth. So here it says also, when it says you should not desire shulchan shel malachim, it means to tell you you should not desire the wealth of malachim. Okay, that's clear.
So it's saying if you want wealth, you should face north.
Yeah.
And then it's saying but you shouldn't want wealth.
You shouldn't want the wealth of malachim, right? You shouldn't want wealth of the malachim.
Okay, so that's a specific kind of wealth?
Yeah, let's put it this way, it's like an extreme amount of wealth. It's not simply having, what you just, to take care of your needs. It's an extreme form of wealth, which is to the maximum.
So it's okay to want moderate wealth, but not excessive wealth.
Apparently, right.
Okay. Okay. That's clear.
Okay. And the expression in the Brisa is a shulchan, because that's something which is particularly indicative of wealth. As we see from this other Gemara in Baba Basra, right, that the way you remember how you're supposed to direct yourself in the Shmon Esrei, whether to the south or to the north. South is if you want wisdom, and north is directing you towards an indication of your desire for wealth. And he explains further. He says, Shulchan Hu says Shulchan Hu Siman Asher, and the Shulchan is a symbolic representation of wealth. Why is that?
Because a king has cities and kingdoms and gold and silver.
Right. Exactly.
Va'al zeh
Okay.
amar va'al tis uva lish lachnam l'shulchanam shel melachim. And concerning this, it says, don't desire the tables of the kings. She'af im yesh the malachim ravi osher mikol makom haTorah yesh ba yoter osher. That even if there is to kings great wealth, nevertheless, with the Torah, there is greater wealth. Zeh kamo she'amru b'midrash, and this is like it is stated in the midrash I'm not sure what this abbreviation is.
That should be Shmos Rabbah. Shmos Rabbah, Perik Lamed Gimel. Perik Lamed Gimel.
Ki lekach tov nasati lachem yesh lecha adam lokeach mikach yesh bo zahav ve'ein bo kesef yesh bo kesef ve'ein bo zahav aval hamikach hazeh shenasni shenati.
Yeah, avo mekach hazen shenasati lechem.
Shenasati lachem yesh bo kesef v'yesh bo zahav shne'emar ha-nechmadim. I think I better translate. It's getting very long. And this is like it is stated in the midrash in the Shmos Rabbah. Ki lekachto, for an acquisition of good, a good acquisition, natsati lahem, I gave to them. There is to you a man that acquires mekach, business.
Mekach is like a deal, it's like a purchase.
Purchase. There is in him gold, but not there is not in him silver. Excuse me. And for one in whom there is silver, there is not in him gold.
Right.
But
So sometimes the person will buy something, he's buying something of gold, but it won't be silver. Sometimes he's buying silver, it won't have gold.
uh-huh. Uh-huh. Aval hamekach hazeh, but this purchase,
This is referring to Torah. The Lekach Tov Nosati Lam is referring to Torah.
okay, so this, I guess we'll call it acquisition. This acquisition that I give to them, it is, there is in it silver, and there is in it gold. As it says, Hanech madim mizahav umepaz rav v'ne'emar.
Right. That's as it says. The pasuk says that the Torah, it's reference to Torah, Hanichmadim, it's more valuable mizav than gold, umepaz rav, and also paz rav is also a type of precious metal.
As it says, Amros Hashem says, Amros to horos kesef tarif ba'alil la'aretz mizukuk. Hashem says, pure silver. What is ta'uf?
Saruf is like it's been fashioned by a silversmith.
Baalil is a silversmith.
No, Saruf is to be fashioned by a silversmith, but
Okay.
Alil La'aretz. I'm not sure. 1 second. Mm. Um, yeah, so you want to write it down. This is a pasuk in Tehillim in Perek Yud Beis. Perek Yud Beis. Pasuk Zion. Right, very good. Yeah. Kesef Saruf, like fashions Kesef Baalil La'aretz, which is clear. Baalil is clear, like pure.
In the earth.
Yeah, clear. It's clear to the earth, right?
And what is mezukak?
Mezukak is right. It's refined. Shivasayim. It's refined 7 times.
7 times. Yesh adam lokeach shedos ve'ein bo kramim aval lo shedus aval hamekach hazeh yesh bo shadus v'churmin v'charmin v'charmim shene'amar shalachich pardas rimonim ad kan. Okay, so there is a man who acquires what is shadus?
Sawdust fields.
Sawdust fields. He acquires fields, and there's not in it a vineyard.
Right. If he buys a field, but he's not buying a vineyard.
Vineyards, but there's not fields, or he acquires vineyards without fields. But this acquisition is for him fields and vineyards, as it says, shlachich, I don't know.
It's a pasuk, sholchim pardes remonim adkam. Sholchim like fields and a pomegranate orchard.
Pardes is an orchard. Pardes,
Right.
Pomegranate orchards. Adkan is what, end quote?
Yeah, end quote, correct. That's an end quote of the Mishnah, of the Medrash.
Right. V'hinei hachibor devar ze ki osher shel Torah hu yoter maaser shel kesef v'zahav v'sados v'charmim uve'arnu midrash ze b'sefer hatfilas hatforas. So and we see what is hich bar?
So this is the end of the Medrash. Hine is bar. From this it's clear, or it's explained from this Medrash. Davar is this thing. He oisha shel Torah. He yoser ma'oisha shel kesef v'zahav v'sodos v'krumim. The wealth of Torah is greater than the wealth that comes with silver and gold and fields and orchards.
And what is Ba'arnu?
Ba'arnu, we've explained Medrash there. We've explained this Medrash in Sefer Tiferes. That's the Maral's Sefer Tiferes Israel.
Okay, we've explained it. So a person should not seek wealth because Torah is more worthwhile than all the wealth in the world.
Right, correct.
Okay, so why should one face north if he's not supposed to seek wealth?
There's
The Torah.
there's two ways of, well, at least there's at least two ways of seeking something. one is passively through prayers, and one is actively through doing various things. So you're not supposed to seek wealth in the practical outward way, but if you're praying for it, there's apparently nothing wrong with praying for it.
Can you pray for wealth of Torah?
Excuse me?
Can you pray unrestrictedly for wealth in Torah?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. We do it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the Avarabba of your morning davening.
Mm-hmm.
The prayer we say just before Kriya Shema is a very fervent prayer for tzlacha in learning and other aspects of understanding what Shafar's for. Yeah,
So
sure.
we can sort of interpret it that way.
I'm not sure in what context you want to interpret it in for what use to apply it where.
When you say when it's giving instructions to to acquire wealth, it seems to be contradictory to what we said previously about don't try to acquire wealth. It's not good. But then it says go and face north if you want wealth. So maybe we could interpret that wealth facing north to get as the facing north to get the wealth of Torah. We don't.
Well, the other part of the one is for Chachma. Chachma is probably reference to the Torah. Chachma is a reference to Torah. Shulchan is a reference to wealth. But here we're being enjoined not to desire wealth comparable to the shulchan of the Malachim, that wealth which is comparable to the wealth of kings. That you don't need. So much wealth, nobody needs that so much wealth. Right. Believe it or not, people don't need so much wealth. Just going to do them in. Won't benefit from such wealth. But when it comes to Chachma, so definitely also you have an option of davening for Chachma as well. Okay, let's go to the next paragraph.
V'yoter mizeh ki roi sheyeh osher shel Torah yoter. And more than this, because it is fitting that there should be wealth of Torah, more so.
It's Roishia Oisha Torah. It's fitting that the wealth of Torah should be even more than the wealth of kings. I have to understand what that means. How do we understand that? That'll hopefully be coming up an explanation for that.
Hi haTorah hu devar mikavim v'nitzchai v'haosher shel nichsim eno nitzchi. Because the Torah, it is a thing that's established.
What Mikoyam, it endures, it's something which is enduring.
Enduring.
Unitzchi, and eternal, something which is enduring and eternal.
Enduring and eternal, and wealth of nichas. What's nichasim?
Osher shal nechasim, the wealth of properties or possessions, better possessions. The wealth that comes with possessions.
Is not eternal.
Right. That's clear.
Yeah. V'al zeh,
Yes.
Amar ki shulchanach
Shulchanecha.
shulchanecha dahayinu ashrecha gadol moshar melachim. And concerning this, it is said, since tables
Well,
are
your table, meaning, what does it mean, your table?
your table, that it is your wealth, your great wealth, of the deeds of kings.
Right, that your on this ki amar, on this it said ki shulchanecha, that it's your your table. That means hainu shircha, your wealth. Gadol moshir malachim, that your wealth is greater than the wealth of kings.
Oh,
That's what the Bryce is teaching us here. That your wealth, that you're being told, you shouldn't have a desire for the tables of kings. What does it mean, the tables of kings? Meaning that tables of kings is representative symbolically of the wealth of kings, which is the greatest wealth that a person could possibly have. He owns everything in the kingdom, right? If he's a real true king.
right.
And as we're taught, that nevertheless your wealth is greater than theirs. Therefore, don't have any desire for the desire of the material wealth of kings, because your wealth of Torah is a wealth which is enduring and eternal, and the wealth of kings, which is simply a worldly material wealth. So therefore, your wealth in your shulchan is greater than the wealth of kings.
Shechol osher melachim devar sheshayich bo ha pesed ve'elu haTorah lo shayich bo ha pesach. That all of the wealth of kings are a thing that is important in itself. What is this word pesed?
So hefsid, that hefsid should called oishel malachim davar sheshayach bo hefsid, that all the wealth of kings, it's something which is susceptible to loss. Hefset is a loss.
Aha, okay, so yeah, there is in it a possible loss. The Elu HaTorah lo shaykh bo hapesed. And these of the Torah are not subject to loss.
Right. The wealth of Torah is not subject to loss.
Osher yikra kasher yesh lo kininim umeachar shesofo shel kinyan shel melachim. So let's try that. And wealth, wealth is called that there is for it kinini
Kinyanim are possessions. Osha yikra kashayosh kinyanim. Wealth is called something that a person has through his possessions.
Okay, and afterwards, in the end of the acquisition of kings, lehivatel lo mikre ze osher kamo sheyikra osher shel bal Torah. So the acquisitions of kings are nullified and not called this.
So this is not called wealth. It's not. It can't really truly be anything which is going to be eventually bottled, nullified. It can't truly be called wealth.
Well, let's say a person has a retirement fund, and he puts away $1 million into his retirement fund. So then he retires and he spends it up. Baruch Hashem, he lives for another 40 years, and he uses up all of his retirement money over that period.
Right.
So would you say that he was never wealthy?
I mean, something which is really wealth. Wealth is something which is supposed to remain with a person, but anything that he's going to have in terms of possessions are not going to be with him forever. So that can't be considered true wealth.
Mm-hmm.
But then what's the purpose of wealth?
We have to
To
understand.
bolster your own pride or bolster your own sense of security?
We have to understand what wealth really means, right? Have to try and understand what we're trying to. This piece is trying to go into. We're trying to understand the Torah perspective of what wealth is really, what is truly true wealth. It's not true wealth is not really what we think it is, right? And because that's going to be the explanation of why a person should not desire the shulchan of malachim. But we'll get to that. We'll get back to that point.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm.
Um,
Because that's there's a question. I mean, why shouldn't a person desire the wealth of a king? How he'll have all the silver and gold and possessions and properties than he could possibly imagine. What could be wrong with that? Hmm?
yeah, it doesn't seem, I mean, it's not the possession of the wealth, it's the acquisition process. And if a person, if a person abandons Torah because he's so focused on wealth that he puts all of his time and energy into becoming wealthy, then that's the problem. The problem is not that he succeeds in becoming wealthy. The problem is that he's in the process he's going through.
All right. Well, let's see. We're in the middle of this. We'll have to see. Haven't got to the end of the explanation here yet.
Right. All right.
So that's what he says here. It says, Oisher, meaning wealth, Yikra kasher yesh lo kinyanim. Oisher is called to a person that he has possessions. And since eventually, ultimately, the possessions of kings will will no longer exist. Lo mikrizet oisha. That can't be considered oisha in the true sense. Kamo shikra oisha shel Baal Torah. That's called the wealth of a person who is a Baal Torah.
Okay, so that's what you were just saying. If it's not
Right.
going to last forever, then it's not called wealth.
Right.
So yeah, that's different from what I would have thought wealth is.
Right. So that's we're learning a different attitude towards what wealth is and a different definition of what wealth is. So yeah, so this is going to be an explanation of that. We have the second page that going to go into this a bit more, I bet. So we'll see. We'll have to work it out, Mr. Shem. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, the last paragraph he just as explained it earlier in the previous Mishnah that we had, but we'll get to that also maybe. Okay, well let's take a short break here. We'll start Mr. Baruch. I think we're going to start Hilchos Yom Tov. That's also in Chelik K that we've been learning. So we'll continue in Chelik K of the Mishnah Baruch. Hilchos Yom Tov coming up. Shavuos is coming up in about 3 weeks from now. More.
Great.
So Roy, have a good afternoon. Hope to see you tomorrow. And hope to see everyone else soon after they take a short break.
All right. Thank you, Rabbi, and Lag Tov.
Thank you. Right, everyone, a good